They ought to call this Ford Street, because almost every family, each with different needs, has a 1952 Ford that suits them perfectly. Take Bob Brownlee. He's budget-minded, so he drives a mainline two-door, powered with the new Mileage Maker 6 engine. The Martins next door own this beautiful Ford Victoria. It has the open-air smartness of a convertible, yet it's snug as a sedan. The Ford Ranch Wagon is an ideal all-purpose car for the walkers, while the Emmets are proud of their Ford Sunliner, both for its beauty and its power. Its V8 engine is the most powerful in the low-price field. Mr. and Mrs. Stevenson with 5 little Stevensons chose a custom-line 4-door, the car with more space for passengers and luggage than any other car in its field. That's Ford Street, with just 5 of the 11 body styles available in the 1952 Ford line. See your Ford dealer for the Ford to suit your needs.
Do you have too much bounce? Are you tired of peak sight visibility? Perhaps driving through traffic and parking your car makes you feel like you're driving this. If you have any driving problems at all, your Ford dealer is your doctor. Drop in to see him, and he'll prescribe a test drive in a 1952 Ford. Take a look around you. Notice that big one-piece curved windshield and that car-wide rear window. You'll find smoother riding on any road with Ford's new diagonally mounted rear shock absorbers and wider front tread. Then test drive this completely modern car for handling ease in traffic, for parking ease in tight spots. One test drive will convince you the 52 Ford is the ablest car on the American road. Now, there's the smartest convertible under the sun, the 52 Ford Sunliner. Ford's famous V8 power, new easiest steering and automatic ride control combine to give you performance that's as brilliant as its beauty. Why not test drive the 52 Ford yourself at your Ford dealers? Well, if it isn't the Joneses. Never saw you two looking so well. Must be that snappy new 1952 Ford Sunliner you're driving. Say, I see you've got Ford-O-Matic drive, the smoothest of them all, and well worth the extra cost. It sure must be a thrill sitting behind that new Stratostar V8 engine. Its 110 horsepower makes it the most powerful engine in its class, and only Ford in its price field offers a V8 convertible. But say, how about showing us how that new top works?
Be glad to. It's really a cinch. Just push the lift switch. The electric motor does the rest.
And it's weather sealed, too. Just one more reason why you picked the new Ford Sunliner, right?
Right. As soon as I drove
We
it,
drove it.
we knew that the Ford Sunliner was the car for us.
Whether it's a Ford Sunliner or any other 52 Ford model, you can pay more, but you can't buy better.
Whether you have a ranch in Idaho, a country place in South Carolina, or a house in the suburbs, you'll think of dozens of uses for the new Ford Ranch Wagon. Here's a car that gives you plenty of space for workaday hauling with its spacious level floor area. Then, when your load's out, just lift this easy-to-operate stowaway seat, and you have a smart 6-passenger sedan. There's plenty of economical power with either Ford's new Mileage Maker 6 or Ford's 110 horsepower Stratostar V8. You get a choice, too, of Ford-O-Matic drive, overdrive, optional at extra cost, or conventional drive in the new Ford Ranch Wagon. Ford offers this all-metal 4-door, 8-passenger country sedan and the 8-passenger 4-door country Squire with real wood trim. Only Ford offers 3 great station wagons. See them at your Ford dealers.
Hold on to your hats. Here come Joey Chitwood's Auto Daredevil. There's a thrill a second as these world-famous stunt drivers perform on their powerful new 1952 Ford. Watch Joey Chitwood on the high skis. Even at this amazing 45-degree angle, his Ford gives him perfect balance and control. Here's proof Ford can take the toughest. One Ford will try an 85-foot leap over another speeding Ford. Up, up, and over. Joey Chitwood says,
Ford calls this car the ablest car on the American road. And believe me, that's just what it is. I ought to know because we drive our Fords over 50,000 miles a year from show to show, besides giving them the kind of beating you've seen here.
Yes, Joey Chitwood demonstrates dramatically the extraordinary strength, power, and ease of handling that are engineered into the 52 Ford. Test drive this great car. You can pay more, but you can't buy better.
Here it is, the car of cars for 52, the big new 1952 Ford. And for the inside story of this great new car, let's open it up and take a closer look. For 1952, you have a choice of Ford's new 101 horsepower high compression mileage maker 6 or Ford's famous high compression Stratostar V8 engine, now 110 horsepower, the most powerful engine in its class. Inside Ford's new Coachcraft body, there's modern design in every detail. Full circle visibility with new one-piece windshield and 48% larger rear window. Pillow roll seat backs provide greater comfort. There's plenty of room for passengers and luggage in the 1952 Ford. More usable space than in any other car in its class. And more convenience with new features like center fill fueling. But that's not all. If you could look beneath Ford's Coachcraft body, you'd find features like Ford's stronger K-frame construction, Ford's new lower center of gravity, new angle-mounted shock absorbers, and new wider tread. Features that mean a smoother ride, a more stable ride. See the 1952 Ford at your dealers. Test drive it. You'll agree it's the greatest car ever built in the low-price field.
Here's the Ford two-door ranch wagon, a double-duty beauty for 52. The ranch wagon is perfect for Monday hauling or for Sunday calling. In addition, for 52, Ford offers the handsome new four-door country sedan and the wood-trimmed country Squire. See all three at your Ford dealers.
Sit back, folks, and feast your eyes on the distinctive beauty of this longer, wider, big, new 1952 Ford. The car that's made greater strides forward for 52 than any other in its field. The 52 Ford brings you brilliant new power in both of its two great engines. The new 101 horsepower mileage maker 6, a completely new 6, the only modern high compression 6 in the industry, or the high compression Stratostar V8, now stepped up to 110 horsepower, the most powerful engine in its price class and the only V8 in its field. Ford's new Coachcraft bodies are modern in every detail. Notice, for example, how this new curved one-piece windshield combines with the car-wide rear window to give the 52 Ford not only new beauty, but also full-circle visibility. The 52 Ford brings you literally scores of new features, such as this new center-fill gas intake, easy to reach from either side. Now let's take a look inside the new Ford. See how this flight-style control panel actually curves into the doors, and notice the easy-to-reach controls. Here's another exclusive feature. New power pivot clutch and brake pedals are suspended from above. They're easier to operate, eliminate drafty holes in the floor, and give more footroom. Yes, inside and out, the 1952 Ford is the greatest car ever built in the low-price field. A car that's designed to outride, outperform, and outvalue them all. You are cordially invited to test drive the 52 Ford at your Ford dealers tomorrow.
Whatever your driving need, there's a 52 Ford designed to meet it. A roomy four-door sedan for this family, the economical mainline two-door for the businessman, the Victoria for the family that wants something special, and the ranch wagon, an ideal all-purpose car. See the Ford for you for 52 at your Ford dealers.
Joey Chitwood and his original auto Daredevils are off again. Teamed up with 1952 Fords, these thrill drivers put their cars through some of the most grueling tests ever devised. They demand a car that's engineered to get up and go with power to spare. A car designed with plenty of window space. They demand a car that will respond instantly to a touch on the brakes or a finger on the steering wheel. That's why they drive 1952 Fords. And now, two Fords race toward an 85-foot leap, the toughest test of them all. And they make it. Here's what Joey Chitwood says.
Take it from me, these are the greatest cars Ford has ever built. They've got a lot more power. They handle easier than ever, and they stand up under the worst punishment we can give them. I stake my life on a 52 Ford. And that's the most anybody can say about any car.
Thanks, Joey. Test drive the 1952 Ford. You'll agree you can pay more, but you can't buy better.
Vernon Road. Ought to call it Ford Street, because it's made up of a lot of different families, each with different needs, and almost every family with a 1952 Ford that suits them perfectly. Take Bob Brownlee. He's budget-minded, so he drives a mainline two-door powered with Ford's new Mileage Maker 6, the same engine that won first place in its class in the mobile gas economy run. The Martins next door bought this Ford Victoria. It has the open-air smartness of a convertible, yet it's snug as a sedan. The Ford Ranch Wagon is an ideal all-purpose car for the walkers. It has plenty of space for hauling loads, and with the seat up, it doubles as a six-passenger sedan. The Emmets bought their new Ford Sunliner for beauty and for power. Its V8 engine is the most powerful in the low-priced field. Mr. and Mrs. Stevenson and the 5 little Stevensons live here. That's a lot of family. So they chose a car with a lot of room. A custom-line 4-door. The car with more space for passengers and luggage than any other car in its field. Well, that's Ford Street. And you've seen just 5 out of the 11 body styles available in the 1952 Ford line. All across the country, people are discovering there's a Ford to suit their needs. Why not visit your Ford dealers and test drive the 1952 Ford, the ablest car on the American road?